So V for Vendetta wasn't just a movie. It was a political grenade, surrounded by poetry, loud blasts, and a mask. But what happened after the credits rolled? What did it actually change? And what did we get wrong? Let's finish what we started. You're watching StarShock, where we don't just rewatch movies, we rewind history. And this time, the revolution hits reality. After V for Vendetta dropped in 2005, the timing was electric. By 2008, global protests had gone digital. By 2010, WikiLeaks was cracking open government secrets. By 2011, people across the Middle East began the Arab Spring. And suddenly, everywhere, you saw it. The Guy Fawkes mask. From Wall Street to Tunisia, Ferguson to Hong Kong, activists wore it like armor. But here's the irony. Many of those governments and corporations being protested were selling the masks themselves. Warner Brothers owned the rights to the mask. So every time it showed up in a protest, a studio that profits from the system made more money. The revolution was licensed. The internet took V's message and ran with it. The symbol of a mask was chosen by Anonymous as their group mascot. They launched digital attacks on corporations, governments, even the Church of Scientology. But here's where the misunderstanding deepens. V's character, in the movie and the comic, was never clean-cut. He wasn't a hacker. He wasn't a peacemaker. He was an anarchist with a body count. But online, V became a cartoonish hero, a meme, a profile picture. The nuances of resistance versus terrorism? Erased. And suddenly, V for Vendetta was being used to justify everything from peaceful protest to outright cybercrime. The film's message? Splintered, weaponized, and in some cases, completely flipped. The truth is, V for Vendetta was never supposed to be easy. It wasn't fight the bad guys and win. It was, what happens when you become what you hate, just to destroy it? And that question made people uncomfortable. We wanted Five to be Batman, but he's closer to Tyler Durden. He inspires change through chaos. And in the movie's final scene, when the people rise in masks to face the government, it feels victorious. But is it? Alan Moore once said the ending was never meant to be hopeful. It was a challenge. If you tear down the system, what do you build in its place? If the people win, do they even agree on what comes next? Hollywood sold it as a feel-good rebellion. But the original story leaves you in the ashes, asking, what now? Here's the part that hits hardest. V for Vendetta was a warning about governments using fear to control you, about media sedating you, about people trading freedom for security until it's too late. And 2 decades later, we're still ignoring that warning. We binge-watch shows about dystopias, while our phones track us, our governments filter truths, our attention spans shrink. The question isn't whether V for Vendetta aged well, it's whether we did. So, yes, V for Vendetta was misunderstood, because it wasn't a movie about breaking rules. It was a movie about what happens when rules don't protect people anymore. V isn't a hero. He's a test, a mirror, asking you, what would you do if the world stopped listening? And maybe that's why this story still matters, now more than ever. Because in an age where everyone wants to go viral, V wanted to vanish. Not for fame, not for followers, but for freedom. This is StarShock, where we take the mask off the movies you thought you understood. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Did V for Vendetta wake people up? Or lull them into false rebellion? And if the revolution really is an idea, what's your idea worth fighting for?